a gun that scans your face in order for shots to be fired. It's the new smart gun by a company called Biofire, and its 3D facial recognition means only the registered user can unlock the firearm, making it completely inoperable for anyone else. Nick is here. This could truly be the future of gun ownership.
What if your gun refused to fire, unless it knew it was you? That's the promise and the controversy behind the rise of smart guns. Weapons that won't shoot for thieves, strangers, or anyone else. It sounds like the ultimate safety upgrade. But is it innovation or digital handcuffs waiting to lock you out? Welcome to Techrupt, where the future of technology isn't just about what it can do, but what it can take away. Today, we're diving into the world of biometric firearms, guns that use sensors, scanners, and chips to decide whether you're authorized to fire. The idea has been floating around for decades, dismissed as science fiction. But now, the prototypes are here, they work, and they're sparking one of the hottest debates in American tech. A traditional firearm is mechanical. Pull the trigger, and it fires. A smart gun adds a digital lock. The lock can be fingerprint scanners built into the grip, palm vein readers that sense blood flow patterns, facial recognition cameras integrated near the trigger guard, or RFID chips worn as rings or watches that wirelessly unlock the weapon. If the sensor doesn't recognize the user, the trigger stays frozen. The weapon becomes a paperweight. On paper, that means kids can't play with it, criminals can't steal it, and no one can turn your own weapon against you. A few companies are leading the charge. Biofire, a Colorado-based startup, unveiled a 9mm smart pistol that uses both fingerprint and facial recognition. It's sleek, high-tech, and aims squarely at American gun owners. Biometrics, a German company, released the IP1 years ago, which only worked if the user wore an RFID watch. It failed in the market due to jamming issues and reliability flaws. US government agencies have also invested in personalized firearms research for police and military use. For decades, the problem was tech. Batteries died, sensors lagged, guns misfired or failed at the wrong time. But now, with miniaturized chips and faster sensors, those issues are shrinking. The prototypes being tested today are miles ahead of the old attempts.
The case for smart guns. Supporters argue the benefits are obvious. Child safety. In the US, hundreds of accidental shootings happen every year because kids find loaded guns. Theft prevention. A stolen smart gun becomes useless outside the owner's hand. Officer safety. Police guns could be locked so criminals can't fire them if wrestled away. Suicide reduction. Locking firearms to specific owners could give people critical moments to reconsider. Imagine if every illegal gun, every stolen weapon, instantly became worthless. That's the dream behind the pitch. The dark side of digital locks. But here's where it gets messy. If a gun can be digitally locked, it can also be digitally hacked. What if a criminal disables the sensors with a jammer? What if the battery dies during an emergency? What if a manufacturer or government pushes a software update that quietly changes how your gun works? The same way your smartphone gets updates you didn't ask for, a smart gun could one day be remotely disabled, tracked, or modified. And imagine this. What if certain areas were declared gun-off zones and a network signal bricked every smart gun that entered? That's not paranoia. The tech already exists for drones. Suddenly, a weapon that was supposed to give you more control could take it away entirely. America's clash over smart guns. This is why the smart gun debate is especially fierce in America. For some, it's the holy grail of safety, finally a way to balance the right to own guns with a responsibility to protect others. For others, it feels like the thin edge of the wedge, the moment when the Second Amendment stops being mechanical and starts being programmable. And gun owners ask, if I don't have full control over my firearm, do I really own it? The future nobody's talking about. Right now, smart guns are niche. Prototypes, press demos, the talk of tech expos. But fast forward a decade. What happens if new laws mandate that all guns must be smart guns? What happens if old firearms become illegal and the only ones left are tied to biometric locks and remote systems. At that point, the choice is gone, and the weapon you think is protecting you could be shut down by someone else with a keystroke. The smart gun isn't just a new gadget, it's the beginning of a fight over freedom, safety, and control. The question isn't whether the tech works, it's whether we want a future where the trigger asks for permission before you pull it. This is Techrupt. Subscribe before your right to fire comes with a password.